Chefy Tips on YouTube. So today I'm going to show you how to make beef stroganoff. Okay, now the story is about 160, 170 years ago, before the Russian Revolution, that there was a well-to-do gentleman who had lost most of his teeth. So his French chef decided that he would create this dish, beef stroganoff, pieces of steak cut small, so the master of the household could eat steak. Now here's the ingredients, here we go. We've got some beef steak here, cut into strips, and that's going to be flavoured with paprika. Then we put some Dijon mustard into it, and then we have some red wine and brandy, onions, sliced mushrooms, butter, and then the Russians tend to use a lot of sour cream, which they call smetana or smetana. So that is normal cream with a little bit of lemon juice in it to give it that sour flavour. So we'll start cooking the steak first. So we've got the beef there. I'm going to put some paprika. Again, this is to taste, whatever you want. If you want it really paprika. So I'm going to just put a bit there. I'm not going to put salt in this because salt draws out the liquid, and we want to pan fry it. And then we put a little bit of black pepper there, and then I'm going to put my hand in there and I'm going to mix it around. Now I've got a pan on behind me. Let's see whether it's hot enough. Yeah, I'm going to put the pan in there, turn the gas up a shade, and then we're going to seal this steak, which is floured with pepper and paprika. So we'll do that. So I've done the steak. Now I've put the pan back on with some oil. I'm just going to put a knob of butter in there, and then I'm going to start frying the onions like that. Fry the onions down. So I've got butter and oil in there, and it's still the frying pan that I cooked the beef. So you've got some of that sweet paprika that I cooked with. It's not spicy, but it's got a nice paprika flavour. So now I've added the mushrooms. In some places, some restaurants, some of the fine restaurants in London where I used to work, this was one of the dishes that they did at the table. They did beef stroganoff, they did steak Diane, and things like crepe Suzettes. So this is all done at the table. So I'm just going to let this cook down a bit, and then we'll start bringing all the ingredients together. So we've got the mushrooms cooking, then we're going to add our Dijon mustard. I like Dijon mustard, it's got a bit of a kick, this one. So I'm putting a spoonful of that on there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red wine there. And then I've got some demi-glace. Or you can use gravy, leftover gravy from your beef joint. So I made that earlier, and I'm going to pour that all into our frying pan here. You notice I haven't put the steak in because I don't want to boil the fried steak. I'm just going to put it together at the end. So that's that. And remember, I haven't used salt either. So this is the opportunity for me to put a little bit of salt here. I've got some sea salt, which is flavoured with a little bit of garlic flake, which would make that rather nice. So we've got that all coming together now. there we go. There's the mushrooms, onions. You've got the demi-glace, and then we add the beef steak. And mix this all up. We just bring this back to temperature. We're going to serve it with rice tonight, so you can find the rice recipe on a previous YouTube. And then I'm going to put some brandy in here. I like brandy. And then as we stand back, come on. Okay, it's not going to play. There we go. So there we go. And that's it done. But the sour cream will go on last, and then we come to present it. Here we are, rice with the stroganoff, and then I'm going to drizzle the sour cream over the top. So I hope you enjoyed that tonight, the beef stroganoff with a little bit of history to it, and this is our end product. Beef stroganoff served with rice. You can serve it with pasta, which is quite traditional in Eastern Europe. Enjoy.